You're listening to Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9
Malone
FM,
Stafford would be a good one
1240
as
AM,
well.
and online at eagle1023.com. Now back to the field for more Troop Tiger football.
Welcome back to Troup High School Tiger Football. Jack Mormon, Greg Hicks, live from Carrollton, Georgia. And we just had the coin toss. The Trojans of Carrollton have won the toss. They've elected to receive. What does it say? Welcome to our jungle.
Hey, Tigers, welcome to our jungle. Yeah, this is a jungle up here when you come to Carrollton. If you've ever driven through the traffic, it's kind of a jungle. But
Open one.
Yeah, we want to thank Malone Staffing for coming on board as a True Tiger sponsor. Jack and I were talking about that. That's good. And if you're in your business still halfway through the season, you want to get on this package, just call Coleman Vice at Eagle 1023 or not .com, but Eagle Radio. But
you can go there and find his contact information. If nothing else. So.
But I don't know if but we talked about the Trojans did win the toss. They elected to receive, so the Tigers will start on defense, which we kind of like that. We kind of like the fact that we're going to get the ball in the second half, and I've always been a proponent of that because if we have the big momentum going in that second quarter, we go in, maybe we score last in the second quarter, then we immediately get that same, hopefully continue that momentum into the third quarter.
Yeah, it comes, Greg and I, you and I always have great conversations on our way to and from games, but we talked about the chess match, which is a football game. It's about lining up and putting a play or putting a defense in place that's going to make a difference in what's going to happen. Try to predict what that other team's going to do and be ready for what's going to take place there on the field. So we mentioned the Tigers will be kicking off. They'll be going from right to left on your radio dial. The Tigers are dressed out in their all whites, white top, white bottom with the blue helmets. The Carrollton Trojans are in their gold pants with their black jerseys, kind of a Pittsburgh Steeler look, kind of about that color.
That's right.
So they'll be down on the field. They're to our near side, and, of course, the Tigers on the far side. Great crowd by the Tigers have traveled here to Carrollton. Again, as Tony mentioned a little while ago, it's not very long down the way. Only about 45 minutes down here. Of course, actually a little faster if you don't get behind a couple of slow trucks. Well, that's okay, too. So here we go. The guys are coming out of the field now. And we're about to ready to kick this one off. Again, this is a very important game as we look to this region. The Sandy Creek tends to be the cream that rises to the top of our region. Then it's Carrollton, Troup, LaGrange, and Shaw that kind of are the rest of the ones that are in the mix for those other three spots in the playoffs. And tonight will go a long way to determine who that's going to be.
And guys, the Tigers as they come out on the field, getting ready to kick the ball off. I think Nick Burek will be as he's placing the ball on the 40. These guys are focused tonight. When I say Nick, it looks like Will Bates will be kicking off again. No, Nick a lot of times will do the kickoff duties. Little injury report real quick. R.J. Hairston, the starting defensive end, has a broken right wrist as we get ready to kick off.
Okay, so there it is. There's a kind of bounce down at the 20, picked up at the 15. They're going to bring it up on that side, across the 25 to the 30, and we're going to make a big tackle there. Tackle made by number 26 for the Tigers. That's Say Sanders.
That's just Say Sanders actually was flying down the field. The ball was picked up on about the 18-yard line. He pulls it out to about the 32, but Say actually had to come around from behind him and absolutely put a well of a lick on him. But R.J. Hairston is playing with a padded cast on, and he'll be your left defensive end, along with Michael Tatum. Senior Michael Tatum broke his foot a couple weeks ago, and so he's probably out for the season. It's sad to say because I like the way Michael Tatum plays defense.
He does plays very well. So here comes Carrollton. They're going to put a man in motion. They're going to hand it off to the tailback coming from the far side, really at the slot man. He's going to get across the 35, gain of about 4, 2nd and 6.
Just had a little motion, the slot back. A lot of people call that like a little jet sweep or what have you. Just a little comes across, takes a snap, or takes a handoff, the quarterback does, and quickly hands it off to the motion guy. He turns it up and picks up about 5, maybe 4.5 yards.
All right, so not too bad a start. That's the first play. Kind of get those jitters out, get a little bit of contact in, and get ready to go in this ball game. Trey Shivers is the quarterback for Carrollton. He's a lone man in the backfield. Twins to the near side. Got a slot to the far side. A wing really to the far side.
Looks like
we've had motion, and we're going to have a penalty. They're going to back him up 5 yards.
Looks like their left guard kind of picked up a little early, and he's going to back him up. One of the interesting things is only the second play, but the very first play, Jack, I picked up on the motion of the quarterback. He kind of raises both his hands up like I don't know what, but like it's a touchdown. Maybe.
And they stay there.
That's
and they stay there.
That's kind of what it looks like. And then he kind of looks over to the sidelines, and I don't know if he's looking over because the play's already probably been called. They're in formation, so he's either looking to snap count or just maybe that's just like his motion or his rhythm.
All right, so again, he does in that motion again. Puts the man in motion. That's Jarvis Terrell, the tailback. And it's going to be the quarterback with a run, kind of a wildcat. Man, we are just
Ball's on the
flying,
ground.
throwing
Ball's on the
bodies all
ground.
over the place. And let's see how this goes. I think the Carrollton's going to get back on top of it. That's going to be a third down, and they only picked up about 3 yards. So bring up. Actually, no, they replayed that because of that. So it's going to be third down. Third down and about 11.
Actually, I don't know. It was second down and 4.5, and they moved the ball back. So they actually lost yardage on that, Jack. It'll be second down and 11. You're right, but the quarterback just simply faked it to the option back or the in motion back and just took it up off of left guard, and we've got a new quarterback in now.
Actually, they were running a bit of the wildcat. They had the Trey Shivers, the running back there, as so that may be what was going on. Now the regular quarterback's in. He's going to roll to the near side, looking to throw. He's going to throw way down the field. We got a man there. We're going to pick it off at the 30. Tigers pick it off at the 30-yard line.
Say Sanders just stands back there at center field. The quarterback rolls out to the short side over toward the Carrollton sidelines and just throws it deep. And Say Sanders is just sitting there playing center field, jumps up and takes it, and immediately tackled. But the Tigers will take over 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
That's tremendous job. Hey, tell you what, now the quarterback, very surprised he didn't just tuck it and run. He had a lot of open daylight in front of him, but instead he chose to go ahead and air it out and just really a lot of hang time, almost like a punt.
Yeah, he could have tucked it, but there was a lot of pursuit by the Tiger defense.
All right, so here we go, right off the right side. And the handoff's going to be to Darrell Dunlap, and he's going to get a couple of yards there.
They hit him low after he goes off of right tackle, and he picks up. They're going to give him credit for about a yard as and he got hit. He did bounce off, but if not for that backup pursuit by the Trojan defense, he would have gained more yardage. And again, Darrell Dunlap's that kind of kid that's really deceiving in the way he runs a football. He looks like he's slow, but really he is fast.
Yep. We'll go back to the handoff in the backfield. We're going to lose the ball. Ball's going to go on the ground, and everybody's scrambling for it. It looks like Carrollton may have gotten on it at about the 24-yard line. Yep. We try the handoff again. Go back to Darrell Dunlap. It pops right out as he hits the line of scrimmage, and they're going to take over there at the 26.
Well, again, just a very quick handoff. And the right defensive tackle just beat his man into the backfield. And about the time Dunlap had the ball in his hand, he was immediately hit right about where the handoff is made at your waist or stomach area. And he met the ball, and the ball just immediately pops out, and the Trojans will take over inside the 25 at the 24. And now there's an official timeout, I think. Looks like Maury Swain has to go off for equipment malfunctions. And with that, the Tigers are set, and the umpire calls it in.
So here comes Carrollton back out on the field. Quarterback is going to go under center this time. He's got a wing to the left and right, single back to the backfield. The far wing is going to go into motion. They're going to go with a trap going back the other way, hand off to the tailback, number 33, who's going to pick up some big positive yardage for them. That's the 33, Tay Hurd.
A lot of motion in the backfield on that one, Jack, and he just you had a little crisscross going on, a motion back, and then you had some crisscrossing going on, and very confusing as to who had the ball. And the left side of that offensive line just kind of swept the Tigers out of the way, and the tailback takes it, turns it back into the center of field, picks up 7 yards. It'll be 2nd and 3 from inside the 20 at the 17-yard line.
The quarterback, Hesserly, under center, I think got a man in motion, going to hand it off to the single back in the backfield, and he's going to get the first down across the 15 down to about the 14.
You kind of like the way that fullback was able to take the ball and just once he got hit initially, he bounced it outside and got hit again and just kind of just dove and stretched it across the first down yardage. So the ball's inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
All right. So
Excuse me, inside the 15, my bad.
No score, 8:37 left to go in this first quarter play. It's been a game of turnovers, an interception for Carrollton, but now the Tigers have fumbled the ball, and Carrollton has it inside the red zone. They're going to hand the ball off to their tailback, who's going to go to the right side. Good pursuit, but also good blocking by Carrollton as they're going to get the ball all the way down to the 6.
A lot of arm tackling by the Tigers. Devontae Carter just simply over-pursued and missed him. Should have had him back at about the 12-yard line. A couple of missed tackles results inside the 5, now down to the 4, as the Trojans will have it, I would say first down, but it's 2nd down and 1, so they can still get a first down.
You could get the first down inside the 3. Again, the Trojans marching from left to right down the field. They got the fumble back around the 26. Now the quarterback, Hesterly, again with a double wing set, has a man coming in motion to the near side. Going to hand the ball off in there, and let's see, it looks like he's going to go in for the score. So touchdown for the Trojans with 8:13 left to go in the first quarter.
He just simply took the little the handoff on a sweep pattern to the short sideline, just kind of weaved his way in. He got hit about the 1 yard line, but was able to dive into the corner of the end zone. The side judge waited just a second before he motioned, so couldn't tell if he was going to be out on the 1 foot line, but they did give him a touchdown. So early in this game, your Tigers are down 6-0 as Carrollton attempts the PAT.
Hesterly will do the holding, the quarterback. He looks, there's the snap, hold, kick is up. Had plenty of distance. Did it go through? Yes, it did. 7-0 in favor of the Carrollton Trojans. Let's take a break. About a 60-second break. You're listening to Troup High School Tiger Football on 96.9 and 1240 WLAG.
I'm in a state of caffeination, got all my fingers shaking, must have been my large Americano, mochaccino, macchiato, now the family.
Well, I mean, you get a nice thing that happens to you, and you just fiddle it away. Second play.
And even when it's not my agent, someone standing by so patient, getting coverage questions answered helps me to relax. Get to a better state, State Farm.
Well, let's set that up
State
quick.
Farm agent Matt on this in downtown
Thought I'd
LaGrange.
at least get a minute.
Kia.
Jesse Lick here from Kia LaGrange. Did you know the Kia Optima Hybrid gets better highway miles per gallon and has a lower starting price than Accord, Camry, Fusion?
Take your time,
2012 Kia Optima Hybrid starts as low as $24,900. Oh, by the way, the Optima Hybrid holds the Guinness Book of World Record for lowest fuel consumption in
And
a
he's got a
hybrid vehicle,
field goal
which averaged
stance. It's a
64
3-step
miles
kick,
per gallon.
huh?
All Kia products are backed by Kia's 10-year, 100,000 mile
1, 2,
powertrain
kick.
warranty. Visit us online.
Short.
at
Somebody better come up and get it.
KiaLaGrange.com.
Somebody better come up and get it.
Oh,
Oh, that could be a flag.
Don't be late.
I mean, they punched him out of bounds.
Sport. WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM.
He wasn't knocked out of bounds. He was already out of bounds.
Now back to more.
But technically, he's right. He was knocked out of bounds.
Welcome back. That was the quickest I've ever seen anybody set up from a touchdown, an extra point, into kicking the ball off. They kicked the ball off a high kick that almost goes out of bounds. In fact, I think if Bruce had let it go, it would have gone out of bounds. But Bruce Danforth's going to catch it, get hit immediately. Ball will rest now at the 32-yard line, and that's where the Tigers will have it 1st and 10.
And what we'd like to do is Will Smith brings the play in, is establish a good drive. We don't have to necessarily take Malcolm Tatum on a go route, but just simply establish some good ground game.
Smith will be at the shotgun. He's going to back up, hand the ball off to his tailback. Dunlap's going to get about 2 yards. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Again, we talked about just right up behind Jackson. Hernandez, the center, and I see Mitch Mathis getting off the ground late. So, Mitch is always going to be in downfield blocking. That's one of the things that we've talked about him. He's got good technique, and he maintains his block, and he's had a few pancakes already this year. And we're not talking about it at the Waffle
I fix to
House.
say, it looks like he's eaten a few pancakes over the course of the years. Twins to the near side. Smith going back into a shotgun set. Darrell's going to try to get to the corner, going to get around the guys, and he does. Gets across the line of scrimmage, gets another 4 or 5 yards after that, gets at the 40. So it's going up 3rd down and about 2.
He'll pick up about 6 yards. He's actually had to turn and go south out of the backfield, and that's just outrun the Trojan defense around the corner, Jack, toward the Tiger sideline, and he's going to get excellent yards. It's going to wind up being 3rd down and about 2 for the Tigers.
Their outside linebacker, number 5, Caleb Johnson, did a good job of cutting things in, but he just happened to get just a little bit faster coming around that corner and got close to the 1st down yardage. 3rd and 1 is the way they'll mark it. So Smith gets the call as we've got twins to the left and right going back to the shotgun set. This time he's got number 10, Ricky Frazier, behind him. He's going to hand the ball off to Ricky. Actually, the ball's going to go on the ground, and Carrollton's going to get it again, and I don't know what happened there, Greg.
I see Ricky grabbed it, and about the time he grabbed it, he looked like he was carrying it with a loaf of bread. Just didn't
that
tuck
wasn't even a
it.
loaf of bread. That was like a 12-pack of Cokes. It just kind of flew out of his hands.
Just come out of his hands, and unfortunate for the Tigers, the second fumble of the game, Trojans take over at the 38-yard line of your Tigers. And again, this is where the true test comes in for the Tigers. Had a couple of nice offensive plays at that time. It looks like we were going to maybe gain a 1st down, our first down of the night, and all of a sudden we have 2 fumbles. Now, one of the things we don't want to do, and it'll be a backbreaker, not necessarily a backbreaker, but it's not a good uplift if you let the Trojans score this time.
So they'll start with the ball resting on the 37-yard line. They put a man in motion. They're going to back up, and we get across the line of scrimmage, but they're really quick with that trap coming back to the near side. They're going to fight their way for yardage, get about 7 yards. It brings up 2nd and 3.
One of the things I've noticed about the Trojans is that they wholesale the line. I mean, they've got 4 or 5 linemen just stepping across the line, and they just kind of like plow you down. And it's not straightforward. You notice they've not really run anything up the gut. They've always been in motion, going outside. They get a lot of defense. They try to get your defense taking sides and doing motion, and they cut it back up the middle. But so far, nothing up the middle.
Put a man in motion around the far side, bringing the wing from the far side, who's going to come around, pick up the first down yardage and more across the 25. The running back was Trey Shivers, the man with the ball.
Devontae Cofield actually has a hold of him, would not let his jersey go. Had he let his jersey go, there's a possibility he may have gained another 5 or 6 yards. But at the same time, that's a tough thing when you've got a jersey in your hand and all you got's a hand. He's got his both legs pulling away, and good pursuit by the rest of the Tigers, but still results in a first down for the Trojans.
7-0 is your score. Trojans leading this one, driving now inside the 25-yard line. The quarterback reverses his field, hands the ball off to his fullback, who's going to get another big positive yards all the way down to the 15-yard line. And, Greg, they do have so much going on in the backfield, it's hard for those linebackers to read it.
A lot of motions. And when you've got, 6'1", 6'3" linemen, offensive linemen, as far as the Tigers' defensive line, they're sitting here at 6'3", 6'4", and then you've got a couple of linebackers in Dalton Halley and Bruce Danford, and middle linebacker and outside linebacker who stands at about 5'8". It's kind of hard to see all that motion in that backfield.
Quarterback has a man motion from the far side. Going to go to the single back in the backfield, number 10, who's going to bust through the line and pick up big yardage.
One of the things, too, and that's a good thing about a dark jersey. I'm talking about a dark black jersey, a navy jersey, dark green jerseys. When you tuck that football in, you roll over like you're taught. A good fullback tucks it in his gut and bends over. Mm-hmm. It's kind of hard to know who's got the football.
So now the quarterback will go under center. He'll have the big fullback, Dan Harris, behind him. And he's going to hand the ball off into the line. And they're going to fight down inside to the 5-yard line. And that's where they'll get it. It'll be second down as Shivers running the ball. Second down and goal from the 5.
Again, a 4-yard pickup by the Trojans and a lot of pursuit by the Tigers. But, again, nothing up the middle. Everything has been off tackle, a lot of motion. Even when the fullback hits the hole, he's not hitting the hole between the guard and between the center and the guard. He's hitting the hole outside the guard, maybe toward the tackle.
And with the way they're blocking, really, he's not hitting contact until he's about 2 yards past the line of scrimmage.
That's correct. Yeah.
Heschley back under center. Going to hand the ball off to Harris. Harris going to get across the 5, down to the 2, 3, maybe 2. Again, that's Harris. We mentioned that he is a very prolific runner for them. Not a very guy, very much like Dalton Hadley.
That's right.
But not the biggest guy, but he's just really driving his feet, gets across the line of scrimmage down to 3rd and goal from the 2.
Well, as the Tigers bow up in their goal line defense, one of the things is again, nothing fancy. Maybe fullback up the middle with a little bit of motion. Now the quarterback keeps it.
And the quarterback does keep it. He actually takes it, goes into the end zone, and they're going to pick up another score. That's just a 5, 6, that's an 8-play drive. Starting there at the Troup 38. Greg, I'm just looking. Here we are at 4:25 left to go in this first quarter. 13-0 now. They're setting up for the PAT. But the ball has not crossed the 50. It's been on the Troup high side the entire first quarter.
And thanks to a couple of fumbles by the Tigers, the Trojans have capitalized on that.
Really, turnovers have not been, Redan was tough, but other than that has not been what's bitten us in the past.
That's right. And
there's the kick. It's up, and the kick is good. 14-0 is your score. The Trojans leading this one with 4:25 left to go in the first quarter. Let's take a 30-second break. When we come back, we've got the kickoff right here on 96.9 1240 on the World Wide Web at Eagle1023.com.
Brickhouse Grill in downtown LaGrange. Enjoy live entertainment every weekend. Thursday nights it's karaoke as well as ladies' night. On Saturdays, come cheer for your favorite college football team and enjoy their football specials. Check out their new menu. Sunday from 11 until 3, the Brickhouse Grill has their family lunch specials. A meat and 2 vegetables, $8.95. 3 veggies, $9.95. Starting at 4, get spaghetti and meatballs for $9.95. They have plenty of TVs to watch exciting NFL action. The Brickhouse Grill, Broome Street in downtown LaGrange.
Now back to more Troup Tiger football.
Welcome back to Troup High School Tiger football. The Carrollton Trojans are leading 14-0, but really has now they've driven the ball into the end zone, but they've had great field position on the fact that we fumbled the ball in both of our first 2 possessions. A high kick be taken at the 25-yard line. Great block right in front of Ricky Frazier. And we're still on our feet across the 35 to the 40. Good job all the way down to the 42-yard line. But I tell you what, a tremendous block right down here by Lamonte Truitt to free up Ricky Frazier.
Oh, if you guys were watching on the internet, you ought to have seen this. This guy is out cold, and I don't mean that in a negative way. That was just one of those hits. All the trainers for Carrollton are out on top of this guy. He is moving his legs, but and he was hit tremendously. And yes, Ricky Frazier took the ball on about the 25-yard line and immediately threw it. Broke him.
Freed his man up.
Yeah, just freed him up, and Frazier took the ball and actually got hit several times, twisted, turned, put his hand down, and great balance, and was able to pick the ball and get it out to about the 44-yard line is where the 43-yard line. So great field position for the Tigers. We talk about not crossing the 50. This may be the time that the Tigers, and it may be the kind of momentum thing that they need. And you hate to use an injury for something like that, but that was a positive play for the Tigers.
The young men, they're working on the field. Let's take a 30-second break while they take care of him. 14-0's your score, 4:17 left to go in the first quarter play. You're listening to Troup High School Tiger Football on 96.9 and 1240 WLAG.
Right team. Emory Southern Orthopedics' well-trained, experienced doctors, nurses, and staff are that team. These teammates listen and understand your specific condition and provide high-quality, hometown care that will get you back into your game. For more information about Emory Southern Orthopedics team, visit us on the web at www.southernorthopedics.com. That's southernorthopedics.com.
You're listening to Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com. Now back to more Troup Tiger football.
Welcome back. We're actually going to go back to break. We'll take about a 3-spot break right now as they're having to bring the ambulance out to check on this young man that was injured in the previous play. Again, the Tigers are trailing 14-0 right now. They'll have the ball on the 43-yard line when we come back. Let's go ahead and take listen to three of our sponsors. We'll come back. Hopefully they've got this young man sorted out and we're ready to go. You're listening to Troup High School Tiger Football on 96.9 and 1240 WLAG.
Rob and Joel Upchurch is your RE/MAX result agent. No matter if you're selling or buying, the first phone call you should make is to Joel or Rob Upchurch. Call 706-845-7000. This week's feature is 219 East Yorktown. Custom built in a fantastic lake community, hardwood flooring, formal dining, huge master suite for only $239,900. If you want to know more about this house or get your home listed with Rob or Joel Upchurch, call 706-845-7000 or just search Rob or Joel Upchurch and check them out on the web.
As a business owner, nothing compares to the sense of pride you feel when unlocking your business first thing in the morning. In this moment, it doesn't matter if you save money in 15 minutes. It doesn't matter if the business down the street has the same insurance you do. What matters is that your independent insurance agent and the company that stands behind them have you covered. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. The Mallory Agency, 301 West Harrelson Street, LaGrange. Visit them online at MalloryAgency.com.
To all the high school seniors in Troup County, Collision Autocraft Auto Body Repair would like to salute you on your accomplishments. Now that you're driving, Collision Autocraft would like to offer these safety tips. Wear your seatbelt. Avoid talking on your cell phone while driving. Don't text and drive. And always keep your eye on the road. Collision Autocraft has too often seen the results of careless driving. Drive safely and have a bright future. Don't forget to like Collision Autocraft on Facebook.
Are you looking for a new job? Well, you could ask Aunt Betty for help, but to find a job that's right for you, you need Malone Staffing Solutions. Yes, they are the professionals that will listen to you and then find that job that's just right for you. A job should be something that makes you proud. So start the process today so tomorrow you're enjoying what you're doing in your new career. Malone Staffing, specializing in automotive, manufacturing, and management jobs. Apply online at malonesolutions.com or drop by on Lafayette Parkway in LaGrange and soon in West Point. Malone Staffing, an equal opportunity employer.
Students at LaGrange College travel to places like London, Tokyo, and the jungles of Costa Rica through our Study Away commitment. First-year freshmen are provided a voucher worth up to $2,500 for an off-campus travel experience their junior or senior year. Attend college close to home and still see the world at LaGrange College. Learn more at lagrange.edu/transform.
Caring about people, building relationships, supporting our community. At CB&T, it's what we do, day after day, year after year. During our 71 years, we've worked hard to be the bank more people in Troup County trust with their money, so it's probably no surprise that we have 3 local branches and more ATMs to serve you than any other bank in the area. We're CB&T, familiar faces and a welcoming smile. CB&T is a division of Synovus Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Chicken lovers, listen up. All across East Alabama and West Georgia, they're heading to Dairy Queen on New Franklin Road in LaGrange. Why? Because the spicy chicken strip basket is at Dairy Queen for a limited time in October. 4 strips of chicken, customer choice of fries, tots, or onion rings. I personally like the tots. Texas toast, dipping sauce, all that at a great price. You want some delicious chicken, you got to get the spicy chicken strip basket at Dairy Queen, New Franklin Road in LaGrange. It's so good, it's ridiculous.
The action continues now with more Troup Tiger football on Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com.
Welcome back to Troup High School Tiger football. Jack Mormon, Greg Hicks live back from Grisham Stadium at Carrollton High School. And they're attending to a young man on the field now who was injured in the previous play. They brought out the stretcher as they'll take that over to the ambulance. Looks like they're putting a neck brace on the young man, and we're hoping our prayers, of course, are with that family and that young man. Hope he's going to be fine. And so they're working to take care of him. Great job of making sure everything's working well on the field. But again, also a great show of respect on both sidelines as the Tigers are on their knees on the far side and respect for the situation. The Trojans, again, on their knees on this near side. Don't have the number of the young man that's injured. We'll try to get that for you in just a minute. But a real quick little thing, an aside here. As, of course, a very serious situation as they're taking care of that young man. But also we have I have a Twitter account I want to tell you about. We did this a couple of weeks ago. Actually, several weeks ago. We were in Harris County, I think. We've set up a Twitter account called WLAG Sports. So if you play around with Twitter or out there, you can search at WLAG Sports, WLAG, then SPRTS. And that way, during the ball game, you can interact with us live. Ask me and Greg a question. Just say, hey, you guys sound crazy, or whatever it is that you want to tell us about. Let me cut Greg's mic up now, and that will be available to you as a way to interact with us. Of course, many of y'all have our. I'm on Facebook, Mud Creek Graphics. They're on Facebook, and a lot of folks do send us text messages and emails and all kinds of stuff during the ball game. But we do enjoy interacting with you as we're doing this. Sometimes we try not to get too distracted as we're doing the ball game, but that is a way that you can connect with us on Twitter at WLAG Sports. Let's take one more 60-second break as they're continuing to work with this young man and get him on the stretcher. They got the backboard on him, and they'll be transporting him in just a moment. But again, it's 4:17 left to go in the first quarter play. 14-0 is your score. The Trojans have put 2 scores on the board. We'll tell you how they did that when we come back after a 60-second break on 96.9 and 1240 WLAG.
The season is upon us, and we would like to invite you to get your flu shot from Holmes Pharmacy. If you have Medicare or insurance, it could be free. And if you have a big group of 10 or more that would like to get their flu shot, call Holmes Pharmacy and we can come to you.
Hi, I'm Perry Prather, pharmacist at Holmes Pharmacy. So drop by Commerce Avenue in LaGrange, Georgia. We have your flu shot ready. So come see me or any of my fine staff at Holmes Pharmacy today.
A state of denial is a drag and a trial. When I bought my cheap insurance, should have known this day would come. Now I've had an accident and I'm feeling quite alone. Called them at least 20 times, but they won't pick up the phone. Without personal service, my policy's kind of worthless. Get to a better state, State Farm.
Don't deny yourself a call to State Farm agent Matt Orr on the Square in downtown LaGrange.
Now back to the field for more Troup Tiger football on Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com.
Welcome back. They're continuing to work with that young man. At this point, we're going to throw it over to our friends over at the Callaway game.
So what should a business do? Get the right people to make your bottom line improve. Call the professionals that will listen to you and then bring you the workforce you've been wanting. Malone Staffing Solutions can find the right people for you. Go online and start the process to get the better workforce you deserve at malonesolutions.com or drop by Lafayette Parkway in LaGrange and soon in West Point. Malone Staffing, an equal opportunity employer.
The action continues now with more Callaway Cavalier football online at eagle1023.com.
Welcome back to Callaway High football. Here live from Carrollton, Georgia. Cavaliers trailing the game by a score of 7-0 with 9:50 to go. Central Carrollton a couple.
You're listening to Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and on.
Welcome back to Troup High School Soccer Football.
And online at eagle1023.com.
Welcome back to Troup High School Tiger Football. Jack Bowman, Greg Hicks. We're back with 4:10 left to go in the first quarter. Young man has been escorted off the field in an ambulance. They're heading out to get him taken care of after the big hit on the run back. It's first and 10 for the Tigers. They're going to roll out to the right and pick up about 5 yards. Second down, and we're going back to it now.
Nice little rollout by Will Smith and hits Lamonte Truitt on a down and out at about 5-yard gain.
Again, we're having trouble with the snap as the Will takes it low and then tries to just stick it into his tailback's breadbasket, but he's already run past him as he tries to give him the ball.
One of the things, and you could see, and Will's done a really good job this year running that offense, but one of the things that if he's got a weakness, and that is trying to force that handoff and create, and unfortunately, it creates a lot of fumbles, and we're very fortunate on that and only lose basically a yard and a half. But Will probably should have just kept that one and took off around towards the Troup sidelines.
Again, for the shotgun formation, the 40 going to hand the ball off. We're going to get good upfield yardage to the 50-yard line and still on our feet. As we get across the 50 to about the 47, going to have to get to the 46 for a first down, so third and short.
Dunlap just takes the ball right up the middle, and again, one of the biggest running backs on the field for the for either team really, and the offensive line just gets behind him and just pushes him forward, and and it's going to be close. It's going to be they're calling it fourth down, but maybe fourth and maybe a half a yard, and the Tigers are letting to go for it. They're inside Trojan territory at the 48-yard line. They've got to go about 18 inches for a first down.
Timeout called by Carrollton. And they say, take that timeout. We're going to keep it here and kind of bring you back up to speed with what we got going on. It is 14-0. We're 2:58 left to go in this first quarter play. The Tigers are in their third series from scrimmage. They fumbled the ball on the previous two scrimmages, almost fumbled the ball a moment ago. Carrollton threw an interception in their first series and then touchdowns on their other two. This is the first time the ball has been across the 50-yard line as it rests down the 48-yard line.
Well, again, we just on the previous play, we've got a great surge by that time by the offensive line and Darryl Dunlap. But on the previous play, when you talked about we almost fumbled it, one of the things that we talked about Will doing is that when you have that decision, and it's a high snap, low snap, and you fumble it around in your fingers, you need to go ahead and don't try to force that handoff. Just tuck it outside, run with it. And a lot of times teams will have a play where you take that tight end and maybe you holler. And the tight end breaks out to the flat to kind of give you a safety valve. But after that timeout, the Tigers elect to punt now as Nick Burek's back on the 39-yard line.
He'll take it and get the punt off. A high kick. Fair catch called for at the 20-yard line. And that's where they'll have the ball first and 10.
Well, it's certainly the coach's decision, and things are going well. And really, this is the first time that we've got them inside, I would say deep inside Trojan territory, but certainly just inside the 20 as the ball will rest. The nose of the ball will be on the 20-yard line. And, of course, we'll take it. That's as further back as we've had the Trojans all night, at least in this first quarter. And it seems like a long night. Your score is Carrollton 14, Troup County 0. The Trojans will take over first and 10 from their 20-yard line.
This is their fourth series as they're going to hand the ball off to the slot man coming from the other side. We got to bring him down. He trips and gets across the 30. A first down. It really should have had him back at the 25.
It's just a lot of motion. And if you guys are on the internet and you're looking at this game, you'll see just all kind of motion in the backfield, a lot of misdirection, if you will. So it tends to be confusing from a defensive standpoint. And when the offensive line, the opposite side offensive line comes across the line, they're just caving down and running against the grain and creating just a wall of blockers all night.
Once more into the line of scrimmage goes Carrollton. A little bit better stomp that time. They're going to pick about 3 yards, 2nd and 7.
Again, that was just a fullback right off their right guard, between the guard and tackle, and Devontae Carter, and along with Maurice Swain and Wellington Callaway, and looks like Kimbe Billingsley there is playing defensive line as well. Kimbe's been out for a while, and he's now getting some playing time on both offensive line and defense. Looks like he was in on the tackle as well.
Here comes Carrollton back to the line of scrimmage. Man in motion from the far side. Little trap play, going to pick up 2 more yards, brings up 3rd down, and we're starting to collapse down a little bit, Greg.
That's right.
We're starting to sense that. You and I talked about that a little bit on the way here, about when the trap is coming. You as a down lineman, you kind of fight against the pressure that you're feeling, and on a trap, you don't have any pressure. You're wondering, where is it coming? All of a sudden, pow, here comes that pulling guard.
That's right. Bruce Danford's hat came off that time, so Bruce has to take off and sit out of play, and Devontae Carter comes in, and he'll fill in the outside linebacking position as Dalton Hadley moves to the middle linebacker.
3rd and 3. Quarterback going to spin around and hand the ball off as they're trying to get it to the outside. They got to get across the 45. They're going to be just short of the 45. That's going to bring a 4th down, I think.
Well, let's see where he actually spots him. He's out of bounds. He's probably going to. You're right. The nose of the ball is going to be sitting on the 45, and looks like they're going to move the chains, calling it a first down.
I really thought he went out before he hit the 45, but again, that's just from my vantage point here.
I had the same vantage point, and I agree with you, but our call doesn't count. We only call the plays. We don't really get a chance to call the plays for the referees.
If you're watching the broadcast there on the World Wide Web, hit us up on Twitter, WLAG Sports, and let us know what you think about the game. Here comes Carrollton back to the line of scrimmage. Double wing formation. Quarterback going to spin around and hand off to the tailback. Man, we do a good job of bringing him down there. That was read very well by the Tigers.
Devontae Cofield just simply meets him in the backfield and just tackles him, throws him down, and then here comes Lamonte Truitt Malcolm Tatum from his free safety position, just waylays him, and after about a half a yard gain. So you just kind of sense, even though the Trojans have taken it from the 20 now, and they're at the 46-yard line, so they've gained in essence 26 yards. But you just get the sense that the Tigers are starting to appreciate the run and just really cave in on those misdirections.
Trying to figure it out a little bit. They're going to go to the other side this time. Hand the ball off to the tailback coming from the far side. We're just going to wrestle him down. Again, that's going to be Devontae Cofield making that tackle.
Again, from his left defensive end position. Good technique. A little misdirection, again, from the Trojans in the backfield. Their number one tailback comes in, and he just takes the ball, hands off, and Cofield playing great technique. Picks the ball up after about a 2-yard gain, so it'll be third down and a long 6 for Carrollton. Ball's resting at the Trojan 48.5-yard line.
Trey Shivers was the running back on that last one. The quarterback back under center puts a man in motion to the far side. Lots going on again in the backfield. We're finally going to hand the ball off to somebody. They're going to get to the 50, knocked out of bounds at the 47, but still short of the first down. That's going to bring up a punting situation possibly for Carrollton.
Let's see what happens with 2.9 seconds remaining in the first quarter of play. Trojans 14, Tigers 0. Again, as well as they've been moving the ball, and the way we've been kind of stumbling offensively, I don't know that I just go ahead and go for it. And if we don't get it, so the Tigers take over right at midfield, and you Trojans kind of rely on their defense.
They're going to go for it.
What we need is a good fumble now and a scoop and score for the Tigers.
Please don't jump on sides. Please don't jump. They put a man in motion, and we're going to cloud over the ball. Maybe I think we had some movement in the line possibly.
Well, no, he's going to come up quickly and call it on Kimbe Billingsley. And I mentioned that Kimbe's been out for a few weeks, and he's really getting more playing time tonight than he's gotten all season, and he's the one that anticipated it and kind of jumped off sides, and he knows that he did wrong. But it's one of those things, Jack, when you jump off sides, instead of saying, oops, just go ahead and plow your guy over because you're going to get a penalty anyway.
Yeah, and he did.
Yeah, he took care of his business, but unfortunately that's an easy first down for the Trojans, and you hate to do that because you never know when you get a fumble or something.
Well, they were lining up. I was like, oh, no, surely they're not going to run the hard count on us, but they do.
So now inside Tiger territory.
Back under center is the quarterback. Man in motion, going back to the far side. They quickly hand it off to him. That's number 2, the tailback, Jarvis Terrell.
He'll pick up, and he is hit hard by, again, Devontae Cofield and Lamonte Truitt. Just sandwich him and just tear him down, and that'll be the end of your first quarter. Trojans 14, Tigers 0.
All right. That's the end. As Greg said, you're listening to Troup County Football after we take a 60-second break here on 96.9 and 1240 WLAG.
Jesse Lick here from Kia LaGrange. Did you know the Kia Optima Hybrid gets better highway miles per gallon and has a lower starting price than Accord, Camry, and Fusion? The 2012 Kia Optima Hybrid starts as low as $24,900. Oh, by the way, the Optima Hybrid holds the Guinness Book of World Record for lowest fuel consumption in a hybrid vehicle, which averaged 64.5 miles per gallon. All Kia products are backed by Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Visit us online at KiaLaGrange.com to help support your local economy.
We're open 8 to 8, so don't be late.
There's a secret to beating injuries or ailments. Get the right team. Emory Southern Orthopedics' well-trained, experienced doctors, nurses, and staff are that team. These teammates listen and understand your specific condition and provide high-quality, hometown care that will get you back into your game. For more information about Emory Southern Orthopedics team, visit us on the web at www.southernorthopedics.com. That's southernorthopedics.com.
You're listening to Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com. Now, back to more Troup Tiger football.
Welcome back to the Troup High School Tigers. Are taking on the Carrollton Trojans live from Grisham Stadium in Carrollton at the Carrollton High School. Nestled right in here at the campus. 14-0 is your score. Right now, the Trojans have the ball as we start the second quarter of play. They come back to the line of scrimmage looking at a 2nd down and 6. Quarterback back under center. Puts a man in motion from the far side. Turns, hands it quickly to his fullback who just breaks 3. Number 3, that's Malik Shepard. And he picks a big yardage down the field all the way down to the 15-yard line.
That may be his first carry all night, Jack, and he just kind of snuck up the between the right guard and tackle and wide open as again, the Tigers were caught in a stunt. And it's one of those just plays that you got a wide open hole and he just kind of really the tailback stumbled through as if like, wow, look at here. And the Tigers were able to track him down.
Kind of paused there, kind of in the middle of the field going, no one's going to hit me?
That's
okay.
Right. That's right.
Well, I'll head on down inside. They're back to the line of scrimmage. First and 10 from the 15. This time they're going to kind of sweep to the near side. Still on their feet across the 10. Finally brought down there. Good job of tackling that time by number 10, Ricky Frazier.
And Ricky Frazier just takes the fullback. Actually, the tailback in motion and pulls him down to the 10-yard line. So it's about a 4 or 5 yard gain to be 2nd and 5. Is they can still get a first down inside the 5-yard line, and the nose of the ball rests at the 10. Again, what an opportunity for the Tigers to hold the Trojans out of the end zone this time. At least at the best, maybe just get a 3, maybe even get a fumble.
They reel back to number 3, Malik Shepard, trying to hand the ball off to him. He goes around the right side. He'll be stopped there. Gets down near the 5, close to the first down. Let's see where they mark it.
It looks like it's going to be 3rd down and about a yard. Again, we talk about opportunities here. This is really be nice to get a turnover for the Tigers right now. And, you got to, Ray Van Teege talked about coming into the ball game how the Tigers were doing offensively and what have you. But, the Carrollton offense really runs a good technique offense, good fundamentals.
Well, they do, and it's going to be number 1, Trey Shivers, who's going to fundamentally get down inside the 1-yard line.
I tell you, he hit Dalton Hadley head on at the 1-yard line, and Dalton would not be moved. He hit just a brick wall. Dalton stood him up, and all these Tigers kept pushing him back. Now, he is at the 1-foot line, but Dalton says, "You're not getting in on my watch."
So 1st and goal to go from the 1. And let's see what they pull off here. For those of you listening to us, it is 14-0. We're in the second quarter play. They're going to push into the line of scrimmage, and they're going to come up short. We hold them out on that 1st down and goal, so it brings up 2nd and goal.
Just a quarterback sneak, and immediately when he took the ball, he just really couldn't go anywhere, and he just kind of tried to walk himself down the line, and he may even lost a half a yard as the Tigers' defensive line just got under that offensive line and stacked up the quarterback. So, they may try it again up the middle, but they've had a whole lot more success around the ends than they have up the middle for the Tigers.
Well, and actually, the previous touchdown was a quarterback sneak that we didn't see coming. I think they've read that now.
Mm-hmm.
So Hesterly will once again go under center. This time he'll have number 40, Dan Harris. We talked a lot about him directly behind him. Put a man in motion. They're going off to the left side. They're going to hand the ball off to.
Well, they're gonna as a flag.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Offsides the Tigers, so that'll be half the distance to go. So they'll move it up 2 inches.
That's about all they got. As you're listening to us on the World Wide Web and various places on 96.9 and 1240, you may notice it's a little empty kind of sounding. It's just me and Greg's voice. We are in a booth tonight. It's a gorgeous stadium, a wonderful facility, but we're unable to get the crowd noise because we are enclosed hermetically here, sealed inside of a booth. So I just got a couple of emails and texts of folks wondering, where's the crowd? But that's kind of what that situation is. Again, the quarterback's going to take it step to his right, dive over the line of scrimmage, and go in for the touchdown. So they'll tack 6 more on the board.
Well, and really, I'm looking down, and the fans are just kind of sitting in the seats just clapping. They're not standing up, and it's really social hour for the Trojan fans right now. You could see that they're a team that really doesn't get excited about a lot of things because they kind of look at Troup and like Alexander and Fayette County, like, well, we're going to beat these guys, and we're kind of bored sitting here. And you hate to be that way. You like a competition. I'm sure they would like a tighter game, and I'd hope the Tigers would give it to them. So. But I think, the way things are going, they don't need to pass, do they, Jack? All this misdirection, they just kind of running the ball up and down the field.
A whole lot going on in the backfield of this game. 21-0 is your score with 9:15 left to go in the first half of play. You're listening to Troup County Football on 96.9 and 1240 WLAG.
Till 3, the Brickhouse Grill has her family lunch specials. A meat and 2 vegetables, $8.95. 3 veggies, $9.95. Starting at 4, get spaghetti and meatballs for $9.95.